Hey everyone, thanks for watching the CB vlog here on YouTube. If you like us talking about things that are relevant to Commander players and Magic players in general, help support the channel. Hit subscribe, leave a little comment, share the podcast at any point. Or if you really want to get involved, you can check out patreon.com/commandersbrew, and that is where you can donate to the show directly. Toss a few bucks our way on a monthly basis, and you can get involved in our Discord, help us brew the decks, and there's some other perks there as well. So check it out, patreon.com/commandersbrew. You know you gotta have one. Very good. Thanks so much to all of our current patrons. Also, you guys are just awesome. We wouldn't be able to do the show without it. Honestly, without any of you. So let's get into today's topic there. Yeah, so today I wanted to chat about, we opened up the show talking about the audio show this week, that is. Talking about staying safe, staying in, and as a result of the obvious global pandemic we're involved in, Magic playing is become very limited in the way we can do it.
40 card decks, 17 lands.
Limited only. Yeah, but obviously we're not playing in person anymore, and we're not going to our LGSs. And Magic Fests aren't happening, and all this stuff, and that's a real bummer. Like, I think it was like a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago, whatever it was supposed to be GP Toronto, like our GP.
We should be regaling you with fun stories. We should be just smiling at the new friends we would have made at the fest. Yeah. Talking to our pals, our fellow content creators who get to make it out, but we don't get to do that.
No, we don't. And we don't get to see, like you said, like old friends we've met at the GPs before, in and around the area, all that stuff. And it's a bummer. It's a bummer to us. But there are some ways that we can mitigate the bummerness of all of this. And that's what I kind of wanted to talk about. What are some ways that we're still being able to play Magic, being able to keep this hobby rolling? And I think first up, basically we're going to try and help this. We're going to try and help the community here. Just keep it at the forefront of our mind. Keep it in our minds, because obviously we've heard a lot of these things and we've seen a lot of these things, but maybe we're not even doing it as much as we would like. So I just wanted to chat about it for a sec. So, the ways we're able to play Magic right now. Obviously, we've got 2 online formats, programs specifically that we can use. We can use Arena, which is great. It's the new kind of currently the brand new one that they're really pushing hard. Streams and so on. And then you've got the classic. You got MTGO, which is still there. Seems like there's some benefits to that, but now that the in-person drafting is there, it's interesting. It seems like it's more going to be for the older formats, your moderns, your legacies, your vintages, and so on. But either way, neither of these gives us a Commander experience, right? Neither of these gives us a true sit down at a table, chat with your friends, multiplayer experience. The closest we can come is Magic Online, in that there are multiplayer games available on Magic Online, and obviously you hook up some kind of video chat program. You're probably that's as close as you can get as far as the online formats go, I would say. However, there's a little something that people have been rigging up, and I'm sure you've seen pictures on Twitter, on Instagram, Magic players doing this, where they're rigging up their cameras and stuff. And we've chatted about it too before. We've kind of talked about it at the beginning of some of the shows. But this idea of VEDH, and it's just the idea of filming, using your camera, filming the battlefield, which is filming your playmat, your card area, and then going into a video chat and having your laptop film your face, and then bam, there you go. You've got a shot of the game board, and you got a shot of you, and you can go into something like Zoom, Hangouts, whatever it is you like, and you can play EDH. And I can say this, that I did this myself. Was it Alistair? I can't remember. Rob, Guy, Dan, I think it was. Anyways, a couple guys from, you may recognize some of those guys from Battle of the Brews. We did it, and it was awesome, and it was fun. And like I said, I reported on this on the audio show already. You guys have heard this, but I just wanted to bring it up again, because I haven't been able to do it since, and I want to. And one thing I want to say is I would like to do it with people who listen to the show, because this is a thing. Like, we're playing with our meta, but I haven't reached out to anyone outside of that at all. And it's like, this is the time where we should be doing that. This is the perfect time for that. Like,
the walls of borders do not exist.
They do not. And I'm going to look up something Alistair sent us that I also wanted to talk about. I forgot until now.
Yeah.
But Sean, so for example, like, what have you been doing on Arena that's been keeping you? Because we kind of often will preamble the audio show by talking a little bit about what we've been doing in Magic and so on. But our YouTube listeners, they miss all that. So in this vlog, I wouldn't mind just sort of recapping a little bit of it.
I have been playing a fair bit of Arena, and although it's not the same by a long shot, I have been playing a lot of Brawl on Arena. That's how I like to get my daily quests done. I like to get my daily quests so I can get my coins, so I can do some free person drafts. So I can do person drafts for the new set that I have not paid real money for. Just in-game currency, but to do those quests, and I think it's been fun too, because they'll be like, you have to play red and green spells, and I'm just like, red and green, okay, I don't have a Brawl deck of those colors, I'll put one together, see how fun that can be. And it can be fun, but it's not the same. We don't have multiplayer. 1v1 Brawl is very much like 1v1 Commander in that you're tempted to gear it very competitively, right? A 1-for-1 removal spell is okay where it is not that efficient in a multiplayer game. So games, just single 1v1 Brawl decks work differently. It's like, if I can get a couple of mana ramp creatures going and you can't, I'm going to do very well in this game because I'm going to be able to just be playing at a later stage of the game than you are. We don't have multi-people to crack it down. And I found that it's kind of fun still. I like playing Magic cards.
Yeah.
But the problem is there's really also no stakes. So often it's just like, well, I mean, if you're playing a deck where your commander is like super key, and I know that, maybe it's Nissa, and I've got a counter spell that works on Nissa in my hand, I'm going to hold it for when I think you're going to play Nissa. And more often than not, you counter the Nissa, and they're just like, concede, victory. And it's like, well, this victory wasn't fun.
I think
I also don't think it's fun that every deck with blue runs some mass manipulation or Agent of Treachery, and then it's just like, well, the game feels over now because my stuff's not mine anymore.
Yeah, that's tough. I feel like when they introduced the price, remember how it was you had to pay money to pay Brawl, you had to pay gems to pay to play Brawl. That was to combat the conceding when you got your commander.
But it wasn't.
But they didn't. I think that's part of it, but that wasn't really communicated very well because it seemed like everyone was just mad that they had to play this casual format. They had to pay to play.
Well, but that's because you don't pay, it's not like it was a little tournament where you pay and then until you go 10 matches and then when you're done and you get a prize. You just had to pay for a pass to be able to play.
Yeah.
But once you paid for that pass, no individual game had any stakes whatsoever.
Oh, so it still didn't even do that. That's lame. I didn't know that because I never paid. I just was like, well, I'm not doing this.
I'm never, I love you, Magic game, and I support what you do.
I love you, Magic game.
But I'm not going to pay coins, even though I've earned them from daily quests, just for permission to play no stakes Brawl with people. That's stupid.
Yeah, I'm not against giving money to a game I like. In fact, I've done it many, many times. So it's not that. But yeah, it just wasn't. It didn't seem like it made a lot of sense.
No.
One thing we've been doing, again, we've kind of mentioned this off the top of some of the audio shows, but we've been playing on the MTG Arena website, where you kind of do your own draft, and we've built up an Arena cube of our own. If anyone out there is fans of going optimal, they might have seen Ryan Spain do something like this as well. Again, this is what I want to do, though. I want to open this up to our listeners. Let's get on Discord and do this. I think it's I've personally been overlooking that as a source of Sean, we've been looking to practice our cube and get some cube matches in and see how it drafts. It's well, who better to ask than our also limited playing brothers and sisters in our Discord?
Yes. The only barrier to this method, if you're not up on Arena and how and what we're doing here, someone made a third-party app on their own that it's like a draft simulator. There's millions of them out there, but the difference with this one is it will let you export your drafted deck into Arena code, and you can import it into Arena. So it's a way of drafting off Arena and in your own pod, and then we, as an 8 people, decide like who's playing who first. We set up our matches, and then we import the decks in Arena. And so what this means is we can just do this whenever we want, but the barrier is we have to own the cards in Arena. Mm-hmm. Just because we open a Mythic Rare in this third-party app doesn't mean we suddenly have that Mythic Rare in Arena. Yeah. We have to be able to craft it, or we have to already own it. So I love playing an Arena Cube, but there's a real barrier. If you don't have a deep collection, if you're not an Arena boomer, like you've been around since the beginning, then I mean that's what it's like, right?
Yeah, it's
true. We have it all because we were there when it was good.
I hate it. I hate this comparison.
It's true though. Apt.
It's apt, but I don't like it.
If you're getting into Arena now, you can't afford to play Historic because you can't get the wild cards unless you want to pay boatloads of cash.
You gotta pay
which we didn't have to do
to get this, like these historic bundles, and even then, they're not even like. It's like paying
the historical bundles
are just terrible.
But you don't need half those cards.
Exactly. That's why they're so. That's why it's so bad. It's like I don't need most of these cards even if I want to play 2 or 3 decks. Like it's crazy. Yeah. And I thought a lot. Anyways, it is good though if you can get it in. If you've got some wild cards you want to spend, even if you have like a couple and you just like if you're maybe mainly a limited player and you're not using them, and even if you've joined recently and you've got a few wild cards kicking around. It is actually a great use of those wild cards, I will say. So, like, being able to do one draft of either the new set, and then you're just like, oh, okay, if you do, like, a current set, like, if you do Ikoria, you don't have to use very many wild cards. You know, if you got a few rares and maybe 1 or 2 mythics, you're set. You're able to do a free draft that way. The cubes are a little different because there's a lot more rares involved, but you can make it happen. And actually, they have a thing where you can upload your collection from MTGA, and then they won't even give you cards from... that are like from outside of your collection to choose from in a given draft of whatever set it is. So it's very good. It's great. I was thinking for a while that I was like, oh, we all better get our reps in here soon because this is just they can't let this go on forever. People just drafting for free. There's no way. And then I was listening to an episode of LR that where they were talking about it, and it's like, well. Again, Ryan Spain, the original host with Marshall, he was saying that he doesn't see it being a problem at all. Like Wizards probably doesn't care because it's just about spending time on the app, right? They just want you to be in the app doing stuff. So if you're playing, great, they love it. And if you're spending wild cards, that means you still have an incentive to draft and spend money inside of the app. So like they just want you to do that. Great, you're playing with your friends, you're doing your own pods, and you're still spending wild cards. Like, yeah, man, go for it. You know, like,
yeah, you can't do it without an initial investment of time and or money.
Exactly. So like in every set that comes out, you're going to want to, you're going to need those wild cards and stuff. So it feeds into the system really well. And actually they should, you know, it does exactly what they want you to do. So I would suggest looking into that. Unfortunately, Mac users are left out in the cold yet again by Wizards of the Coast because we do not have a proper Magic Online or MTGA program yet for Mac users. There are some cool workarounds. Some of our friends are using like the GeForce?
I don't know. I don't even know what
it is. I know, me neither.
Something GeForce makes.
Yeah.
Which allows them to play this. Yeah. Is it like a partition or it's a Windows emulator or something?
I don't know. By the sounds of it, it is. It's like it's like maybe they haven't said this. I might be totally wrong on this, but when I had a Mac, there was this thing of like bottles. You could use like these things called bottles where it's like you kind of you emulate Windows just for that program kind of.
Yes,
in a way, you know what I mean?
That sounds like what it is.
Sounds like that. That sounds like more like what it is than a straight up partition or a straight up full Windows emulation. Yeah.
They didn't. Our pals who do this didn't pay for the full version of it. Why should they? So sometimes, because it gives them like I think you're going to play your game for an hour at a time, and then you go into a queue, which goes quick. Like, you can't log back in for about 5 or 10 minutes. But if they're in the middle of a draft, then we're like, guys, I only got 5 minutes left to play this game. It's like, oh no.
Oh no.
Okay. See you in a bit. Hopefully it doesn't kick you out.
So that's an option. But also look into setting up your own VEDH setup. And specifically, our buddy Alistair, who you, again, will recognize from Battle of the Brews, has sent us a link recently to an app called Spelltable. Now,
this looks cool.
It looks very cool. Now, I haven't used it yet, but I'm excited to do it, to get into it. And it looks like, and I could be, again, I've just looked at this website and I'm reading about it. It looks like an app that you use on your phone, and then you can use a website with it, I think. Anyways, basically what it does is it allows you to shoot your battlefield, like your playmat or whatever, your desk. But then it also, it will link like card images to, like if you roll your mouse over them, I'm guessing it's something where it's like you go to a website, that's what you're viewing. Maybe you're filming with your phone. And if you mouse over, it'll like show you the proper card. Like it'll actually bring it up so you can read it. I know that's like one of the main complaints about doing this virtually. It'll give you links to buy the cards and all that kind of stuff. Of course, you got to have it. It's got like all the cool camera options.
It does your life total trackers,
life totals, turn clock, all this stuff. It's called Spelltable. It used to be called Virtual EDH. And it's called Spelltable. I really wanted to have tried it before we started talking about this stuff, but we just haven't been able to set it up. But I really plan on doing it soon. If anyone out there has used it yet, please let us know what you think of it. If it's viable, it looks really cool to me. I'm really excited to try it out. So I'll be probably in the Discord this week and just being like, hey, who wants to try out some Spelltable?
Cool.
Because I'm excited, and I gotta listen. I got 2 decks here that we brewed up and we're ready to go for a Battle of the Brews episode, and we haven't been able to film it, and I might just break quarantine of my decks, not actual quarantine. I might break the deck quarantine, and I might bust out one of those decks. That would be cool. But anyways, just wanted to chat about it. Just want to chat about our options, talk about what we're doing, how we're staying busy when it comes to Magic, what things we're liking, some cube draft on Arena is cool. Just general drafting, playing some VDH, trying out cool apps like this. Let's just get out there. Let's chat about it. Reach across the country, man. This is the time when we can do it and it makes sense and we're all around to do it. You know what I mean?
I want to play Magic with someone who doesn't speak English.
Oh, yeah. That's a great idea. This is the opportunity.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can make that happen.
Yeah.
And the thing is you really got to have a good camera. We got to make sure we're seeing the art. Because their cards are in like Spanish or like Russian or something. We're not going to be able to.
Could be English. I don't know. English cards are trade for more, right?
True. But like the full experience is to play someone from another country who doesn't speak English and all their cards are in non-English as well.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Anyways, gang, that does it. If you like the show and everything, check us out on Patreon. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. If you love what we're doing, consider supporting the show by going to patreon.com/commandersbrew.
And if you want to get any of the cards from our deck list, go to our TCGplayer affiliate link below.
That helps us out too, and for a free way to help us out, consider sharing the show with some friends. Like and subscribe, add a comment or two.
See you later.
Bye.